exclusive. DMX, DeMario, Xavier, back. Watson and DeAndre Hopkins. This should be a shootout. Especially if me and E get our connection like we normally do. But Deshaun and what you call it? Oh man, we gotta go against JJ though. I gotta stay away.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This is caught.
There you go.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Deshaun Hamilton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Sometimes it's a quarterback making a great throw, and sometimes it's a receiver just making an incredible catch, and there it was really the latter.
And the quarterback is so happy because the receiver, in a sense, bailed him out. Great job going and getting the football and creating 6 points for his team.
On the set. 41's the mic. Let's go.
This is Royce Freeman, 2nd-year man from Oregon. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, they're going to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango.
Oh.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll set up a throw. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jake Butt, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos are in for 6. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted.
Set, ready, 50, plant. Get it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
You know, pass complete here to Sanders. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing. 61, matchbox, white.
They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. Runs through the contact. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front.
Hey, stop putting me in quarterback mode still. You see I'm running.
Denver.
What's that all about?
Agile quarterback on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
Defensively by...
It's an RT.
Let's go now. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that.
Probably gonna get a touchdown off of that.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy. 6-6. Pull it high. Go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the move to his left. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. Eluded, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that one will be accepted.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Automatic first down.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On play action, they'll throw. Finds his rookie first rounder, it's Noah Fant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They were in zone defensively with the crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really
Now,
difficult. You're
our
asking a
situation.
whole lot anyway, but when he gets
A lot
that
of us
kind of
got
start
used to
and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And certainly a valuable tool to have in your kit, Emmanuel Sanders, and he's shown us quite a bit in this one.
And that's why they wanted to use him immediately. You know they come out of the locker room saying, let's get the ball to him, get our offense jump-started, and in this case, it's worked throughout the game. Thus, they have the lead.
I could
You ready?
This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
I'm gonna do.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, what, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes?
And all
That's
those
not
guys
something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Kind of rather play with them at that point.
Let's go.
I want to be that.
Gator. They can't hang with us.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his
Think he
rhythm
got
is just
confused?
off?
I
He's
don't
got
know.
thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And they work this out past the 25. A first
Yeah,
down there on a pickup
I'm
of 25. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards. So tough to cover a big tight end like that.
It changes the chalk, as one of my coaches like to say, meaning the normal things don't apply. All right, used to say, okay, there's a tight end going out. We're either going to put a big linebacker on him or maybe a safety and call it a day. Now, because of the strength of that position and the sheer number of catches that they make as well as their dexterity.
And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed that there. Heck, they told us this week they were hoping he would break a big one. He just did.
And what did his offensive, remember we talked with the offensive line? And one of the guys, one of the stalwarts said, I don't even have to make a...
Break. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. You ain't going nowhere. Check the backer. Check the backer. Now.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
2nd and 2, buying time to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll roll him out right. Fights off the defender. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Hell is.
Check.
And Lee was there.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Protein spill.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Partner, it's often the man
He has
coverage
no
is easier
leeway
for a
up.
quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Goes to Whitney.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Cowboys.
Looking to throw, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those
Right.
dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know their playing people are thinking, how can I get some more?
He don't play defense anymore, but he did play defense.
Ready. 18 Gator. I'm coming.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
This is especially not 3, not
See
4,
that
not 5, not
attempt
6.
here with the
Yeah.
cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees it, the ball.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I wouldn't say it outright.
It's a gain of 35. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of
Got
big
directed.
plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue.
So sometimes the way they say it is
Aaron Colvin there to
not
make the
attacking
tackle.
them.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator,
Sounds
I'd like
like
to keep carrying it, thank you.
Escaping the pressure right. Still going. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Texans, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road.
I hated players, but didn't like hate them to the point where it's just like, oh, he's a crybaby. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. Like, really don't. For crazy reason that like, I didn't like Reggie Miller. I respect Reggie Miller's game, but I also was a Bulls fan, so it was like a rival thing. I didn't like Kobe, but we played the Bulls. We played Magic in them in the finals. So these are things. These are reasons why like I don't like the other team. That's why I didn't like Kobe later on though, because he's a part of the Lakers. I like Shaq, but Shaq was before. Shaq, I had already liked Shaq before that because he was at Orlando. Like Jordan, Shaq, and Grant Hill were like my earliest favorite players because they were like right in the 90s. You know, well, Jordan came out in 84, but I'm just saying they were right in the 90s type of situation. So, I mean, especially Grant Hill and Shaq, early 90s, you know, that's the start of their careers. So I mean, and then Iverson was another one of my favorites. McGrady, stuff like that. I like every other shooting guard besides Kobe at that point. Like I respect his game. I like Kobe more as an adult than I actually did as a kid. To be honest with you, like retired Kobe more than was it. I don't think niggas respect LeBron like that. Like I respect Reggie Miller. I respect like to some of the players I didn't. I didn't like none of the Pacers outside of Jalen Rose. I didn't like Rick Smith. I didn't like none of those guys. But they're a divisional rival too. That's gone away from the NBA also. Is these divisional rivals. Football, you still have that because most of us that watch football heavily like that, we hate those. I hate the Redskins, the Giants, and the boys. But I also said when it came to draft that year, before we had made the trade to get to the number, because I didn't realize we was going to do something like that.
All right, gentlemen, we've made way too many mistakes this week, okay? Football's a simple game, but you keep making these silly mistakes, we're not going to win. So let's get out there and let's have a good practice, huh?
Here we go! 15 line. 15 line.
That's how I felt about that.
Got it. Ready, ready!
Measurables. What you can do is
Here we go. Set. 60 or. Hit it. Set.
I didn't really know much about.
That.
Most
Set. 70. Indy. Get it. Ready. 8. Read. Set. Go.
that's
Ready. Set. Fire.
all those guys that's
Set. Ready. 60. Pittsburgh. Shoot. Ready. Puck go. Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Leaf River. Leaf River.
Ben, you're going to like what you see in the film room this afternoon because today was a great practice. The coaching staff, we can't ask for much more. You guys consistently bet, and we are going to...
stadium and deal with this. Gun Pat Mahomes. We couldn't outgun him last time. 31-34. Took the L. I'm just saying, my basic thing on that rant was to basically say, appreciate the times.
A fight for the right to be number one. It's the coach. You're immersed in the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's a battle of the top two teams in the AFC West, as it'll be the Denver
Watch the
Broncos
talk show,
taking
not
on the
necessarily.
Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm not debating with them.
I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead, as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Easy. I told you I was right. He wasn't going to play like this. And it's like, nigga, you don't know that. You don't. It's just like, whatever. You don't know they're going to play. And Max is wrong. Brady is.
First down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Dancing to his left. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone.
It's a gain of 6. Ready. 50, plant. Blue draw, Corker.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Like a freight train. And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Darren Lee able to run it down for a loss of a yard. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the two defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. Third down here.
Yeah.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A huge play there for Denver, and even 40 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes down, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Awesome.
2nd and 3. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, can you talk about it? First of all,
Here we go, set. 15, line. 15, line. Ready?
They'll drop the throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. A 2-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are in for 6.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the...
he authorized the screenshots because some of these stuff was leaked.
Set. 60 or.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they work this out past the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Set up. 18 Gator.
Let's go, D. Watch time.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Shrugs him off. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Emmanuel Sanders with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
All the receivers in the league.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Let's go. 2.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, eluding the pressure right. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll set up to throw. Looking for Sanders here on the deep. And got his man complete.
Hurry, hurry.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. There you have it.
Ready. 30 base. 50's a mark. 50's a mark.
They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Darren Lee picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
11 yards there, 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Pass complete here to Sanders. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him.
And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. It's their quarterback taking it in. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion.
I love you.
Here we go. Set. 90 Wolf.
Shoot. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Keeps himself upright. Flushed out right. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Now a man open down the middle of the
I'm not
field.
complaining about Madden.
70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second down and inches. Boy stays up. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jake Bunt with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
It could have been easier
in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
You're a tight end.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. 65, 65, 65. Ready?
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
16 yards, a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Damian Wilson in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And they're running right through him. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I'm on clock.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Darren Lee able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Denver, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
We let him play pedestrian. If I didn't start attacking at the pass, if I kept trying to push the issue where I mean, I eventually broke the record regardless, but if I kept trying to push, trying to rush the ball, I guess the game would have been closer. It would have gave them time to be able to go at it. Well, I mean, we still only scored 28 points though. Giants next. Get this practice over with. Jumping in the game the next time I have to do a stream, so I just go ahead and do the practice at the end all the time, so I won't have to start off with a practice just in general.
All right, gentlemen, we've made way too many mistakes this week, okay? Football's a simple game, but you keep making these silly mistakes, we're not going to win. So let's get out there and let's have a good practice, huh?
Down. 18 Gator. Leaf River. Leaf River.
Oh.
Here we go. 10-2. Say hut. Here we go. Set. 10 Lobo. Now. Set. 90 Wolf. Ready, ready. Ready, ready. Hit it.
All right, small steps in the right direction. That's what we've been talking about. And you know what? Today you took a lot of those small steps. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.
Play 2K way more than I play any other game. I still play Warframe though and Madden, and that's why they're on my hashtags a lot of times on my Instagram, because those are the games I'm dropping videos for a lot of times. Madden, 2K, Warframe. I got FIFA on there, but I don't know how much. I didn't do too many FIFA videos. I did one FIFA video actually. I just don't know how to. I don't watch soccer, so can't really record. I mean, obviously you just talk about video games and life and different things, stuff like that, but it ain't much I can incorporate in there because I didn't play soccer. I know the rules. I know how to I know how to play FIFA, but it ain't much I can incorporate commentary wise in that. So without making it seem like that's all I'm gonna talk about is 2K. You look at the and then, but $1,500. Yeah, no, I can show you the Pro Bowl list right away, but we'll see what the Pro Bowl gonna look like. You got 2 teams, so it'll be alright. We done clinched the playoff. I was just reading this off yesterday, so how in the world y'all got why? Well, I guess so. Because in universe, whatever you want to call it, like literally the last 2 games ago, everybody was either 8 wins or 7 wins. So they be like, their playoff is gonna be like scrappy. Eagles, dang, the Eagles lost one and won one. So they clinched their division. That's basically what that is all about. They clinched their division. We just got a playoff berth. We didn't necessarily clinch our division because we just gave the Chiefs one more loss than we had. So we can, if we lost to Detroit or lost to the Raiders, which is possible any given Sunday, and the Raiders are a rival, so play them twice a year. And technically you wouldn't play your quarterback the last game, or you wouldn't play them very long. So of course this is a game, so you can you want to. But yeah, Packers 5-4, Cowboys 9-5. So that's gonna be interesting how the NFC is gonna fall off. I mean, play out. Yeah, but that's gonna put them at the fifth seed, the fifth seed. If we can win it right out, they might have one of the for the division title. So it'll be like the Broncos, the Browns, the Ravens will be because they're in the same division as the Browns, the Patriots, because those are all different divisions. And the Jags, they make it. Well, they probably won't. Well, no, they gotta play. They gotta play the Colts. They have to play the Colts in these last 2 games. So there is a possibility if they win. Plus, they got that tie. So All right. This will be on my YouTube channel as usual. Later on, it's AOKid2306. This is my Twitch, AOKid exclusive. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. DMX, the dog is out, the leash is gone. And we out.